I think you get what I'm talking about, right? It's outside. So the Vietnamese traditional dress. It's me here. Yes. This is dress all the teacher need to wear when they go to school, and this is a compulsory. Yes. And this is my art. I did that. Yeah. This is a Vietnam. This is for women and this is for men. So it means that this is red for both men and women and for ages. And I take I think a couple days to do this one. Yes. Yeah. And today I want to I wear my traditional áo dài. I know some people they know on the TV or you see in the real life, but yeah, I want to wear. I dress up and I say, oh, I want to bring my culture to this class. Okay. This áo dài you can wear for the state holiday in the north and the south, meaning in whole my country. The women like to wear the áo dài to go to on the festival or go to church or pagoda in the first day of New Year. And this is for the women in the wedding. Yes, it's so beautiful. They can design, but this is a style for men. This is style for the lady. And this is for all the students. All students they use the look like uniform to go to school. And this is my wedding. And this is my mom-in-law. And when she fly back to Vietnam, and I talk with my mom, hey, do you want to wear Vietnamese áo dài? And he said, yeah, why not? And I bring her to the tailor and do one day, and the next day she have. Yes, and she really liked áo dài. And I talk about the history of áo dài. Actually, when I do research, I know the history, but before that, I didn't know. And the áo dài is designed for the both men and women, and for any ages, for the old, the young, and they can wear that. And the story áo dài started in 1744 when the Vietnam were divided into two territories. In the north and the south, we divide. One is inner land or outer land, and to distinguish the history of people, the Lord Nguyễn Phúc Khoát of the inner land, he asked his subject to wear the front bottom gown with the trouser. Vietnamese called áo tứ thân. Yeah, but after that they developed this kind of the dress into áo dài. You can see the people wear today. And the loyal and elites, they can make their dress for the fitness seal. Yeah, and this intricate detail and vibrant color to present the ranking in the court. You see the color there. They can see that's for the king or for the very rich, or I mean you can show the level of yourself in the society. And they wear the red because they think the red color can bring the luck to the people in the first new year. And this one really, they call it pattern in áo dài because in áo dài they can design with many patterns, and really important pattern for all the Vietnamese people, because this one actually is on the top of the drum. They call it Đông Sơn drum. It's really famous in Vietnam, and they can use this one to put on the áo dài and yeah. And I talked a little bit about this one. And áo dài it designed with the different patterns, and the special pattern I can show is Đông Sơn decoration pattern, and it's iconic and conventional, high stylish. And the lines are very simple but vivid, because actually the color here they can change with different kind of color, and it's very natural. Actually, in my shape here, you can see the shape of my country, the S. This is the shape of my country. So you see here, you can see all the animal, or you can see the house, or everything show up in this symbol. Yeah. And the second pattern they call is inspiration for them to design the áo dài is this one. In Vietnam, we have 54 ethnic groups, I will explain for you ethnic group what mean the same First Nation in Canada. So I can use this one to take for maybe the First Nation or something about the minority people. So we divide into 12 ethnic groups, and each region they have a cultural and life characteristic. Among which clothing is one of the factors contributing to the building a unique identity for each ethnic group. So when you wear the clothes, you can guess where they're from. Yes, based on the design here. The pattern is an expression of the aesthetic conception to the motif's color techniques. The pattern also reflect their psychological and social aspects that belief contained with inside the drawing and color. And inside this one, actually to build this one, I use the symmetry. I just fold the paper and then I cut. And after cutting, you can see the two sides is reflection. So I can use this one to take the symmetry for the student. And we talk about symmetry, and we know Euclid. He's a really, they call, I remember one time, one group they say Euclid is the father of the geometry. Yes, that's he. Yeah. And one really amazing about the Galois, I think you know Galois, right? And he recognized the symmetry that exists among the root of an equation, and he able to show a centuries old problem. That's really interesting for me. And there is relationship between art and symmetry. I take the quote from Winston. He said that Hambridge were not just interested in analyzing Asian art, but he wanted to spread the word about diametric symmetry and its potential to improve competency visual arts. Yeah, and in my career, I use this one to ask students to do art. Why? How can? I ask students to draw the butterfly, right? Because you see butterfly, there's a reflection, and how can we do that? I ask the student to draw half of the butterfly, and when the color and when the ink is still very wet, I ask them to turn over and fetch in, look like, yeah, fetch another side together, and after they open, they see the shape of the butterfly, and we can use that to teach in the class. So that's all my presentation today about Ao Nhạc.